So, this whole bricks and minifigs thing, not great. Um, I know you've probably seen 100 videos on this. I know I've been watching a ton of videos on it, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you check out. I'm going to throw a link in the description to Reckless Ben's video, who's the one who really got all this kicked off, as well as the previous owners of the Salem, Oregon bricks and minifigs that this is all tied up around. The previous owners made a video that I will also link below that I'll probably reference a couple times in this video. So both of those videos, if you haven't seen them, especially the original one, make sure you go and watch that. And then the one from the previous owners, if you want some extra context, make sure you watch that. Now this video is probably going to be very raw. There probably won't be very many, if any, cuts in this. Maybe if I cough or something, there might be a cut there. But usually when I do a regular video, I might cut out when I go on a tangent or something. But this one, I'm gonna leave it all in. I want to get my emotions out there on this topic because I have a lot of strong feelings on this. So first off, anything in this video is purely for entertainment. Anything that I say about anyone is all allegations, and nothing in this video is necessarily true. So I just want to cover all my bases there, make sure that there's nothing going on there, because I know Bricks and Minifigs is not happy with everything that's going on with this. And most of this is just going to be a recap of stuff that's already out there, so hopefully there's nothing too off with anything. So, like I said, if you somehow haven't heard about this already, real quick TLDR of it. Guy named Brian had his father's collection. His father's sick. I don't think we know any details on that. At least I don't, but we just know his father's sick, and he had a Lego Star Wars collection worth roughly $200,000 that he consigned to this Bricks and Minifigs in Salem, Oregon, with a 65-35 revenue split. Obviously, he gets 65, Bam gets 35%. Pretty good chunk of it. I mean, if they had been honest about this, they would have made up probably about $70,000 roughly from doing nothing, just selling this guy's collection that they had a written agreement on. They could have been honest about this and made $70,000 for zero cost. Literally just having this guy's inventory on the shelves, and made this guy $130,000 richer. I mean, this was all money that he spent over the course, his dad spent over the course of his life. And I'm sure he would have been very happy with that roughly $130,000 he probably would have received. But obviously it didn't go that way. He had this agreement with the original owners of this Bricks and Minifigs, and then it went under new owners because the previous owners wanted to leave the country due to, I believe, the woman's husband's job. I believe that's what they said in their video. They were moving out of the country to do whatever he does for work. I believe he works for a publishing company or something like that, something involving writing. So these new owners, the one primarily in Ben's video is Josh. There is another one, I want to say his name is Brian or something. I don't remember the other guy's name, but Josh is the main guy in this video by Ben that he's talking to throughout the whole thing. And this is where the problems start. He goes back and forth in the video between him saying that he doesn't know about what he has, like, oh, you can have all this stuff back. Like, he's just bouncing back and forth. It sounds like a kid trying to say he didn't take a cookie from the cookie jar, almost. Like, he's like, oh, I didn't see it. What cookie jar? Like, it's a joke, man. Like, I have a lot of strong feelings about this that I don't really want to mention on here. Not like anything necessarily like I want to make it very clear. I don't want any harassment, anything sent at anyone involved in this, even the people that are allegedly stealing or whatever. I don't want any violence towards them or anything. I just want Brian to get his sets back, and I especially don't want any hate or harassment sent to any other franchises or their employees. I've heard of some people online calling these other stores that are unrelated or like review bombing them, and I'll be honest, the 17, 18-year-old kid behind the counter at your local Bricks and Minifigs in I don't know, North Carolina doesn't know anything about what's going on in this store in Oregon. Like, it sucks that they're involved, and for me personally, I will not be supporting my local Bricks and Minifigs going forward. The closest one to me was close to an hour away, so I didn't go there very often anyway. They've been open about a year, and I've only been once. So the one time I went, I did pick up a couple quite expensive sets. I picked up the Imperial Assault Carrier and the TIE Advanced Prototype, both sealed, so I spent a good chunk of money there. But going forward, I will not be spending any money there until they get this issue resolved, and I honestly don't know if I will be going back there until there is a absolute clean slate at the corporate level, because I think that is really where the corruption is. So, something that the woman, I believe her name was Crystal, the Gormans, I am certain that's their last name, the couple that previously owned the store that moved overseas. I believe her name, it was either Chris or Crystal, I'm almost certain, said in her video that all Bricks and Minifigs franchises pay a 6% royalty of all their sales to corporate. Now, I'm not going to say you're a bad person or anything for continuing to shop from your local Bricks and Minifigs, because again, that's 94% of your money going to a small business likely owned by a family or something like that. But 6% of your money is still going to these corrupt, evil people. And I don't want to put my money towards that. And like I said, if you go there, no judgment whatsoever. But I personally would encourage you to not shop at any Bricks and Minifigs locations until this is resolved. Because the only way that they will do anything about this is if we hit them where they care about, and that's in their pockets. Now, one thing that I've been thinking about since this whole thing broke, by the way, I have my iPad here, so if you see me looking down, I have a few notes, specifically like the numbers that I've been talking about. I have the numbers written down here. But one thing that I've been thinking about that I haven't heard really too many other people comment on is how insignificant this amount of money is to a corporation of Bricks and Minifig size. Now, obviously, $200,000 to someone like me, most likely to someone like you watching this, it's a lot of money. But to I believe Ben said in his video, $400 million company, that is 0.5%, I believe, if I'm doing my math correctly. 0.5%. Yeah, because 1% would be 4 million, right? Yeah, 1% would be 4 million. So 0.1% would be 400,000. No, so it's less than that, because 0.1% would be 400,000. So 0.1%. If I hope I'm doing my math right. It's kind of late. I hope I don't sound stupid with that, but a very, very, very small amount. Like, the way I was thinking about this is like to the average person, and this is probably even over proportion, like a big proportion, a bigger proportion than what Bricks and Minifigs proportion would be. Would you ruin your own reputation and lose all your friends, have your family hate you, all that? Pretty much your public image is completely ruined with everyone you know for $100. And like I said, that's probably an even bigger proportion than this $200,000 is to Bricks and Minifigs to 90% of people here. Now, that's a thought that I've had that a lot of people haven't really said that I've noticed. And yeah, like I said, I would discourage you from continuing to shop at these stores. Try and find other resellers near you that you can shop at that aren't kind of scummy like this. Like I said, I am sure that most of these stores, 99% of them, are owned by good people. I've seen a few stores online, not the one near me. The one near me hasn't said anything. I've seen a few stores put out statements saying, we do not agree with this, yada, 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 just like kind of trying to distance themselves from it, which if your store is one of those, go right ahead. I'll encourage you to still support them because they are actively pushing this away. they want to distance themselves from it and have said that that is not them. But in my opinion, silence is compliance in this case, and I cannot support that. So if your Bricks and Minifigs has not made a statement against this, I personally believe that they just agree with corporate and will do whatever they say, because supposedly corporate sent out a statement saying turn off your comments and don't comment on this. So overall, that's my thoughts on this. Like I said, it's late. I'm just rambling. I might put out another video on this topic sometime soon because, I mean, as you could tell, I was stuttering. I'm tired. It's late. I just wanted to get this out because I've been thinking about this. I don't know, when did Ben upload his video? 5 days ago? It has been like the only thing I've thought about that's just constantly running through my head all week. Like it is, it's taken up hours of discussion time with people online. I've been thinking about it a lot, just like, hey, how is this gonna go? And I've been really interested following it. So another thing, part 2 of the video that Ben put out is absolutely ridiculous. It goes even further. Like, I'll be honest, that video is not really him versus Bricks and Minifigs. That's him versus local law enforcement in Utah, which is where Bricks and Minifigs is headquartered, as well as the owner of this store is from. So that video, it's above what I want to talk about today. Like, it is some corrupt stuff. Like, it is more beyond this guy stole stuff and more on the level of these police are trying to cover up for a criminal. It's crazy. So yeah, like I said, all this stuff is all alleged. None of it is for certain true, but it's just what I've seen in these videos online, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it. So if you guys enjoyed this, I have a feeling it's probably a lot of your first times here because I'm a pretty small channel and this is a very trendy topic right now, so it might pop up in the recommended tab of some people that are unfamiliar with me. So if you did enjoy this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and comment your thoughts on this. Comment if you are also boycotting Bricks and Minifigs. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to say yes, because that's what I've seen. The general consensus online is a lot of people do not want to support this corporation anymore, which, like I said, I don't really blame you. But yeah, I'm tired. I've been rambling for a long time. I'm sure you guys can tell. Have a great day.